Now you see me, now you don't. The trilogy of the mystery magical movie that captivated everybody when it first came out has now become years and years later. Isla Fisher left after the first one, after she was having conflict with the first one when they almost drowned her, and they basically make fun of it through the entire film. But she also had a conflict of scheduling for the sequel as well, plus she was having a child, which they kind of shoehorn into this film as well. And what they were doing with this film is trying to add new characters, new guys that could continue this because they're too damn old to keep making this type of movie where the arc just doesn't make any sense. So you need new characters with new storylines, with new adventures that they can do, and these guys can go and have a seat. Could they pull it off? The answer is undoubtedly no. Why? Because who is this guy and who cares? That's basically what the movie is. Who is this girl and who cares? Who is this guy and who cares? They did a very poor job of making us care about those characters and the main characters who were trying to make way for the new characters were looking like we're going to have to carry this film again. And that's basically what was transpiring. Morgan Freeman, in probably one of his last roles, reprised his role as the Eye. Um, let's just get to the plot. So, the plot of this film is there's this diamond called the Heart Diamond. And it's a South African slave diamond, one of the biggest ones ever found. And they don't think this lady should have it. It's been in her family, so they want to take it and I guess give it back to the people of the land or something. So now they're all involved in this, and it's people on a higher table who are eventually going into this whole procedure, and it comes up with this crazy backstory that makes no sense whatsoever. Anything where the ending is just so bizarre, it doesn't make any kind of sense in the magical sense or the legal sense. Like, first of all, watching the last two films, why isn't any of them in jail? They forget that they broke cyber laws and everything? Like, they would be so far under the damn jail, they'll still be trying to dig and shovel them out. That's how, that's what I'm saying. They'd be so far under the damn jail, it doesn't even make sense. So of course, Jesse Eisenberg teams up with these guys to try to help them out because these guys have all went their separate ways and got like jobs. Isla Fisher became a mom. He's doing magic on a carnival cruise, and he's just out in other countries hypnotizing people. It's just it just made no sense. The movie was all over the place. And a couple of the magic scenes, they seemed all right, but then a lot of it seemed like, what are we doing here? Yeah, a lot of people saw it and said, "Yeah, I'm done." It just played itself out to where people are just exhausted from it. And once you get to that point, when you don't care about certain characters, you end up with now you see me, now you don't. I give it 2 stars out of 4. Notice I haven't even mentioned Jesse Eisenberg. No need. This was uh, this was definitely a film that they did for the money, and I don't think they're going to end up with any when this is all said and done. This was a rush for a payday, and hopefully they got paid because this is one I'm not even watching when I get home. It was there a mid-credit scene. I think it was set up to be a continuation in the mid-credit scene, but I was stunned when I saw my continuation. Why? End this now. Like, in this movie now. This is something that should have been on Netflix. You watch it and then you flip to something else. Oh yeah, you better see him. You know, after your Giants choked a lead, everybody knew they was gonna lose. No matter what was happening in that game, they were gonna find a way to lose, and they did. Yeah, so it's just countless problems when you see things develop in that way. Countless. So you always want to make sure that you're doing what's best for your team, your but this is just awful. I, I mean, if you got any money to spend on movies, please go spend it wisely and watch something else. Oh, Rosamund Pike is in this movie, and she's supposed to be like the villain, and they're trying to pick up on like romantic cues and things of that nature as like what was going on. That was the other funny thing about it. I was like, that's pretty crazy because how are you gonna get to that point? Like Isla Fisher actually being in love with Jesse Eisenberg's character in the first one. And of course, in the second one, they had to make it like it didn't play out. And now she's married and got kids. Because in real life, now she's married to Borat and they have kids, Sasha Baron Cohen. So they basically just put that in real life as to why she bailed the first time to go have a family and all this stuff. And she was like, I was tired of hanging upside down and underwater. And out of all of them, she could hold her breath for like 8 minutes underwater and do things in that nature. So, Mm, yeah, the best scene of the movie is when they all start showcasing their talents. And what all they could do with magic and everything. So I guess if you're looking for magic and stuff, you can really go through a performance of joy and enjoyment just watching the illusions, and just forget there's a movie that they're trying to sell you, because believe me, the movie that they're selling you, gosh, this was not good. It's watchable. That's all I'm gonna say. Watchable. 2 stars out of 4. I'm out. Watch it if you followed the first two and you just want to see this and be done with it. Knock yourself out.